The cafe buzzed with conversation. The usual kind of noise that made secrets easier to hide. But not that afternoon. Nothing could conceal the truth, sitting in plain sight. From across the street, I sat in my car, fingers locked so tightly around the steering wheel that my knuckles ached. Through the window, I saw her, Emma, my wife. She leaned in close to him, laughter spilling out of her like I hadn't heard in years. Her hand grazes across the table, tender, intimate. And there it was, confirmation. Daniel, the man from her office, the one I had quietly suspected, the one I had tried so hard to convince myself wasn't real. For weeks, the evidence had piled up. Her phone always turned face down, her sudden late nights, the unfamiliar fragrance clinging to her clothes. I told myself I was being paranoid, that marriage couldn't crumble so quickly. But truth doesn't ask permission. It barges in and tears down the walls. That's what this was, the moment I could no longer deny it. Her laughter didn't belong to me anymore, and I wasn't alone in discovering it. Clara sat beside me in the passenger seat, Daniel's wife. She had called me 2 weeks ago, her voice trembling with fear when she asked, "Do you think they're having an affair?" I hadn't needed to answer aloud. My silence had been enough. Together we decided to face the truth. And today we had it. Clara's breaths came sharp and shallow. Her eyes, fixed on Daniel, glistened with rage and heartbreak, mirroring the storm inside me. We shared one glance, one wordless understanding. It was time. The bell above the cafe door chimed cheerfully when we walked in, the cruelest kind of sound. Emma's laughter cut off mid-note when she saw me, her face drained of color, her smile collapsing. Daniel stiffened, his false confidence vanishing when Clara's gaze burned into him. We didn't speak at first. Neither of us needed to. The silence between us carried more weight than shouting ever could. Emma fumbled for words, her voice breaking. "James, it's not what it looks like." Clara stepped forward, her voice sharp as glass. "Really, Daniel? Because it looks exactly like what I thought it was. You told me those late nights were for work. Was this your work?" Daniel's lips parted, but nothing came. His lies had nowhere to run. I turned to Emma, my voice too calm, steadier than I felt. "You've been sharing your laughter with him for months, haven't you? While I sat at home, believing every excuse you fed me." Her eyes shimmered, tears threatening to spill, but I felt nothing. I had shed enough tears alone, lying awake in our bed while she drifted farther away. Clara reached into her purse and pulled out a stack of printed messages. She dropped them on the table with a slap that made Daniel flinch. "I found your text," she spat. "All your sweet little promises. Telling her she was your soulmate. Do you remember writing that while I was at home raising our children?" Emma's head snapped toward me, guilt flashing across her face. She knew I had seen them too. Clara had sent them to me the night she discovered them. Every line had burned into me, carving away what little trust remained. "You called him your soulmate?" My voice cracked for the first time. "After everything we survived, after all the vows we made, that's what I was to you? A placeholder until he came along." Her tears finally fell. "James, please, it was a mistake. I didn't mean—" I raised my hand sharply. "Don't you dare rewrite this. You made your choice every day you lied to me. Every time you said you loved me while planning nights like this." Clara's fury boiled over. She grabbed Daniel's coffee and slammed it to the floor, porcelain shattering across the tiles. Gasps rippled to the cafe, but neither of us cared. "You humiliated us," she hissed, her fingers stabbing the air at both of them. "And for what? A few secret laughs in some cafe? Do you think you won something here? Because all I see are two cowards who don't even have the courage to admit what they've done." Emma reached across the table toward me, desperate, broken. "James, I love you." It didn't mean anything. I stepped back, shaking my head slowly. If it meant nothing, why risk everything for it? Daniel tried to rise, reaching for Clara, but she shoved him back into a seat, her voice trembling now, grief bleeding through the anger. "You were supposed to be my partner, Daniel, my forever, and instead, you sit here laughing with her like our life was disposable." Emma's sobs filled the room, but they sounded hollow, rehearsed. Once, I would have moved mountains to comfort her, but that love had died here at this table. I looked at Clara. Her eyes were red but strong, a reflection of my own pain. We had both lost something we thought unbreakable. Trust, marriage, illusions. But in their place, we'd gained something harder but cleaner, the truth. Without another word, Clara and I turned and walked out. The bell rang again as the door closed behind us, sealing their betrayal inside. The air outside was sharp and cold, but it felt cleaner. Clara wiped her tears. Mine finally spilled. We didn't speak, and we didn't need to. The silence between us was heavy, but it was real. That day, our old lives ended. But as we walked away side by side, two strangers bound by the same wound, I realized something. The truth may break you, but it also sets you free.